going on, guys? Welcome back to the PureGolf page. It's Zach. I'm with my boy Harrison today.
How are you guys today?
And he is going to give me the best club fitting of my life. Partially because it's the only one
It's the only one.
Yeah, so hopefully we can take you guys through this process and show you guys a little bit of what goes into it. I've never done it, so the questions that I'm going to be asking him are very baseline, just how does it even work, right? Because I want to understand the process as I'm getting my clubs fitted, but hopefully it gives you guys a little more insight of what goes into it. That's really what we're looking for today, so. Harrison, do you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, like what you do?
I work for a golf company called Srixon Golf, so I work as a fitter for them around the North Georgia area. I got into club fitting because it was a little different aspect. It's a very technical aspect. I could say some stuff to Zach today that he might not get, but in the world of me showing him the numbers with TrackMan and seeing ball flight changes and divot changes with his contact, that's going to be the main focus today, is looking at that.
Yeah, so let's get started. Do you want me to keep warming up? What do
yeah,
you want me to do?
The main thing is I always have the person bring out golf clubs and what's current to them right now, because that's what we're comparing to try and make better.
Step one, by the way, bring your golf clubs. I mean, Harrison was telling me beforehand, there are people that show up to club fittings that don't even bring their golf clubs.
Yeah, and I have to tell them to go get it out of the car because they're like, oh, I need that? I'm like, yeah, you really do.
That is absolutely wild to me.
Very good. What's the shot shaping that you like to hit?
With my swing right now, I have to play for a pull. I get a little flippy through the zone. That's just kind of the thing that I'm working through in my swing. My goal is to hit a push draw. That's the shot shape that I want.
Okay.
But that just comes with me working more with my swing and everything. So, so like when you do these fittings, do you focus more on trying to get the person into what they want further down the road, or something that helps fix what they're doing now?
I try and get the person into something that is well balanced from start to end of the round. I don't want something that is too heavy at the beginning and then you lose it towards the end when golf is tiring at the last 6 or 7 holes of the round. Looking at your current setup, Dynamic Gold S300s are in there. It's a heavy shaft. It's 130 grams naturally. Titleist AP2 head, kind of their player's head. Very heavy thing. I could give you something lighter that you're going to control more and might actually be able to start it better online, work it more towards the side that you want to.
Love it.
Or I can give you something that you're going to gain some speeds with, but also some carry distance with. Averaging right now with your 7-iron is 161 on the carry on the yardage. 51.96 on the spin, which is fine because you're averaging 45 on the landing angle and the height is 86 feet in the air. So the main thing when I look for in landing angle and height, that's stopping the ball going into the green. If these two numbers are good enough, high enough in stopping the ball on the descending angle into the green, it's going to stop where it lands.
Interesting.
If those two numbers aren't good, then I'm looking at the spin rate being higher naturally.
That's what you're looking for, like in the clubs and like
looking
the adjustments.
In the clubs.
Okay, gotcha.
Especially in the 7-iron, because right now launching it fine, everything's perfect there. Club head speed's a little slow because I know you play baseball and you're trying to develop it.
Absolutely,
Like you're trying to develop a golf swing and everything. A little bit lighter option's better, but also too, I could put you in the lighter option and you could totally just be like, I don't know where this golf club's at. I don't like it. Yeah.
I feel pretty warm. I don't know if you want me to keep hitting or.
Nope. If you're ready, I go diving into my stuff now and everything.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna start with a very lighter option compared to what you're using. This is Nippon Modus 105 stiff. This is a mid-flight, mid-trajectory shaft. Actually a higher launching one. I gave you ZX7 in our player's head. I kept the lie angle at standard. This is a 1/2 inch over. It's going to be a little shorter than yours.
A little shorter. I do play an inch longer than normal. Yeah, this does feel a little lighter, doesn't it?
It does feel a little lighter.
Wow. Okay. I feel like I can swing this thing 800 miles an hour.
And I see an instant change that I need to do. So on his other irons and everything, he plays a little flatter plus an inch. So naturally, any extra inch you add onto the golf club makes it naturally more upright. 1/2 inch makes it a degree, 1 inch makes it 2 degrees upright. It actually makes them pretty close to standard because it's counteracting the other variation. The main thing I noticed was that everything, the last two was struck solid, and the one that you struck really solid just went dead left on.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Between like a metal baseball bat, you know what I'm saying, is really light.
How'd the club feel going through the ground, everything like that?
Felt fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it felt okay.
Anything that you didn't like?
I'm used to heavier stuff.
Okay.
Like if you see, like, hold this mirror real quick, this wedge, it's very, very
this one's
heavy. I'm used to something heavier, but if you're telling me that it's like for somebody that swings the club just a little bit slower.
No, because if that's what you're used to, I don't try and change what you're comfortable with.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to a weighting that's in between. This is a shaft you're comfortable with. It's the same exact thing you're playing. Only thing is, it is standard length, which that's gonna be weird.
Wow, yeah, it is. It's a little different.
That's good. Immediately we went lighter to see if there was anything different there, but there wasn't. That was absolutely everything perfect. That was 163 carry, landing at 44 into the green, so it's stopping on the green.
A little chunky.
And that only dropped off about 8 yards. Heel and toe relief on the notches here, and then a leading edge relief and a trail edge relief. It's a bounce on the golf club.
Got you. Yeah, that's sick.
One of the reasons why people say our irons are so good is because it just doesn't get stuck going through the impact zone. I'm gonna throw a different shaft variation, which is about 10 grams lighter.
Okay.
This is Project X Rifle. This is just the lowest launching shaft. It's very similar to that one. The weighting's different. In here, when you can hit it, it's going to feel stiff in the handle. How's this one feel compared to the last one?
I still prefer the weight of the one I've been swinging. That's just because that's what I've been swinging the whole time.
Well, this one's a little bit lighter, but does it have the same tendencies and feel as the other one does?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well,
this one's done. When looking at the shaft and everything, my main options were this one and another one. These two were it. We tried lighter already, lighter didn't work. Now I'm trying a different head just to see if there's different feel. This is our player's distance head. As you notice, as you look down at the top line of this one, the head is the same as the other one. It's just a little bit chunkier on the sole now. And I switched you back to the shaft you're comfortable with. It's something you're comfortable with as a person, and I'm not gonna change it.
I feel you.
It's good. Really good.
That feels a bazillion times better, by the way.
Does the head feel better?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
A lot better.
So the little bit more forgiving head feels better than the one that's kind of comparable to your AP2 right now. That was 166 in the air carry, 43 on the landing angle, which is good. Height 79 feet in the air.
Okay.
Spin's consistent too. Really good.
Yeah. This has felt the best. Yeah.
You're hitting this one farther, and if I add extra length, it's probably gonna go about 5 yards farther.
Really?
Yeah.
So the extra length on this club specifically compared to the ones that I've been swinging, it's gonna just add naturally.
So that's standard right now, and you're hitting this farther than that one is.
Maybe I just went to the gym. No, maybe I just went to the gym before this, did a few push-ups.
You might just be compressing it more that way.
It may be more tailored for my swing then.
Correct.
Got you.
But also too, if I added extra length, I think it would jump up a hair more.
I love that. We love to hear that.
That's good.
Yeah. When should people get fitted? So in my golf journey, I'm probably about 1.5 years into it now. This is my first time ever getting fitted.
The main two things is always playing the same golf ball, because that's one thing you can control from beginning to the end of the round. Playing the same golf ball throughout the whole time period. That's one thing that is always a constant with you playing golf.
So the 4 balls that I found down at the creek, I can't just use those for my entire golf round.
You can if you want to, but I would say for a preferential standpoint, golf ball is the #1 main thing. It's a controllable and what you like to feel, what you like to see, everything, softness, firmness, that's all you. And with club fitting and everything, I always try and say, you could do it while you're playing your best, or you could do it when you're somewhat in the good area, but also too, if you're struggling, club fitting is not going to change that point and aspect of your golf game. I would say at that point, if you're struggling, lessons are the way to go.
Basically, if you are going into a fitting, make sure that you're at least comfortable with your swing, right?
I just want to see the consistency of, in the 4 or 5 shots I have you hit with the shaft and everything, I just want you to feel and see that the ball is doing what you're naturally used to do.
No, that's huge. Yeah, I like that.
So we know attack angle is 1.8 down, right? Just naturally with driver and everything, you want to hit up on the ball in the upswing, because that's going to give you the most distance possible out of it.
Recently in my rounds, I've been just trying to get like a fairway finder. So like that's what's been naturally working for me.
Just
like
hitting down on it and
just
kind of guiding one
kind of putting it in play and then just kind of working from there. But yeah, I want to get to the point, obviously, I want to generate more distance, more speed, the whole deal, so.
Good. Where's this swing when you're playing in the videos and stuff?
That's so funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's a funny thing.
I mean, the numbers on this are good. It's launching a little low, but that's okay. You're averaging 233, rolling out 270. I'm going to give you our Srixon ZX5 Mark II driver.
Okay.
It is going to sound very different than your carbon driver. Just letting you know, sound is a big thing with people.
Okay. Oh my gosh, it sounds like an aluminum baseball bat. That felt good.
I'm going to tell you the numbers were better on that one. Honestly, too, I don't think I need to change shafts because I think I already nailed it. I think I just need to dial the setting in better.
That's just your expertise. That's just you knowing what you got to do.
That happens once in a blue moon, and when it does, I'm so happy.
No, you just need to take credit for it. You know, you're on YouTube right now. You need to take credit for when you do this stuff.
How's the club feel? How does it look down by the ball compared to yours and everything? I know it sounds a lot different.
It sounds, it's so funny because I like the sound because when I smoke it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going 400 yards, the sound. Oh, there's nothing there. I'm like, oh, I wish I could tweak it. Like, it feels really good.
And then a couple more of this one to confirm that's right.
Yeah.
This was the first one.
Yeah, it's better.
The sound of it just sounded better and everything. That's really good.
Yeah. No, this is the best one for sure for me.
I agree. So this is the green and the TaylorMade that's right here.
Okay.
This was your yellow and the Srixon driver in the first shaft I put you in. That dispersion's way tighter.
That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, our page right now is revolving around players trying to break 80, right?
Yeah.
So from a club fitter's perspective, what is the best tip you can give somebody to try and break 80?
Find perfect weighting in your golf equipment. Don't make everything too heavy. Don't make anything too light. Find a good, well balance from start to end. Find something that you hit consistently. Whenever you try and break 80, it gets really, really narrow on the strokes. Chipping and putting, it's 75 yards and in, it's 100 yards and in. How many times can you get up and down from certain areas? The wedges and the putting are the main key aspects because I can hit it all over the map, and if I have that, I've had rounds where I've played an 8,300 yard golf course and I've hit the ball absolutely terrible off the tee, terrible with my irons, but I got up and down almost every time.
Nice.
Just giving yourself a chance to get up and down. If you can sit there and give yourself a consistency factor, at least a chance to do it, that's going to be one part. And then when it all blends in together, you're going to do it consistently.
And then from a club fitting perspective, just make sure that your clubs are balanced, like your wedges feel good, everything.
When I say balance is more weighting wise to where I want it to be balanced throughout the end of the round, where if you're gaining exhaustion, you're walking, you're just towards the end of the round and everything, it's like if it's too heavy, you're going to lose it out somewhere, and then that could cost you strokes on
that's huge. I didn't even think about that. It's like more about what's happening at the end of the round rather than when you feel best at the very beginning.
Because you're always going to swing it good in the beginning.
Yeah,
it's just when it starts tuning and fine-tuning down towards the end.
Yeah.
And that's where the game is just getting there in inches.
That's massive. I love that. That's a great tip.
We can start with wedges, whatever you want to do now. So you play 54 and 60.
Yes.
Short.
Give it a try?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this 54?
It's 54. It's good. Sound crispy?
Yeah.
All right, thoughts on this one?
Smooth.
Easy to go through the ground?
Yes.
Was it rising up on the face at all? Was it like grinding up on the face and catching it higher, or was it like center contact, you feel it going through?
I have no idea.
Okay, but how did that feel compared to yours? Easier to
control, like easier to handle. This feels lighter, just not lighter naturally. And it feels like I can, manipulate the club pretty simple.
Now hit this one.
Okay. Ah, that's just me.
I can tell you it's the club already, but I'll let you keep hitting and I'll explain why.
You think it's the club already? I still think that overall, through the 3 swings, that one felt better.
The first one felt better.
Yeah, did feel better.
Did this one feel like it was grabbing through the ground a little bit more and getting stuck?
A little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. Now go to the middle variation. I started you on full bounce to start and then low bounce to end, or in the second one. So now this one's the in between of both of them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, have no clue the difference between the first one and this one.
This is the difference from me listening and everything, this one sounds like this is more ball contact.
Yeah.
So it was catching more right here in the center.
Yeah.
While this one, I sounded like to me, it was riding up the face more and getting higher. That's what the full bounce does naturally.
Gotcha.
For the steeper swinger player, this is where I kind of go. You're kind of more natural. This is benefiting you throughout the whole conditions of wet, winter, summer, fall, everything. It kind of gives you a variation to where it's something you can play throughout the whole season. There's no differential there.
Got you. So you would recommend the middle one?
I would recommend the middle one and all your wedges.
Okay,
To
sweet.
keep it very the same. The only thing is in the shaft, I would go an extra inch longer.
Yeah.
You like the softness in that though, right? It's a little bit easier to control more.
It feels good, yeah.
I would just keep that same shaft, make it the same flatness in the irons, and then keep the same length.
Got you. Yeah, I like this, dude, a lot. Do you have it off the top of your head what the final build would be?
Srixon ZX5 irons, whatever set makeup you like, that's up to you. 2 degrees flat on the irons. We going an extra inch over in length, sticking with his Dynamic Gold S300s only because it's a comfortability thing. There's nothing I could do to change that. Then in the driver, we went with our Srixon ZX5 turned up a little bit. There's a 9.5 turned up to a 10 degree. And then we went with the Fujikura Ventus non-Velocor blue. Wedges, I would go to match your irons. If you get the gap wedge in the iron set, I would go with a 54 and a 58 to match that. And then I would keep the same shaft, inch over, standard, and then 2 degrees flat on the lie angle.
Dude, I love it, man. Is there anything else you want to say to the camera before we sign out?
No, I got nothing. If you have questions, I mean, I'm always free to answer them. I can lead you into any direction with fitting possible.
Yeah.
Brand specific, of course, on my side, but always everybody makes good with golf equipment. I never turn anybody down from that. Golf equipment now has gotten so good to where everybody makes good stuff, from TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, Wilson, Mizuno. Everybody makes good equipment.
Absolutely.
There's nobody. I think we make the best irons, but that's my biased opinion.
Biased, gotta be biased, you know what I mean? Well,
We make the best irons and wedges, but that's just me.
absolutely, man. No, that's really good stuff. Well, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. You could please like, share, subscribe. Harrison's socials, if you want to get in contact, if you're in the Georgia area, they'll be linked down below. But yeah, thank you so much, Harrison. It's been a
Thanks,
pleasure.
man.
Yeah,
Enjoyed
absolutely.
it a ton.
Sweet, good stuff.